Go back and listen to John Lynch's press conference yesterday at the Combine. He was asked directly about Brandon Aiyuk, those reports that came out last week that teams are poking around at the Combine about potentially trading for him. This one kind of went over my head. I think we were all focused on the Brock Purdy news or Deebo Samuel or Trent Williams, but Lynch's answer about Aiyuk was maybe the most interesting thing Lynch said in the entire interview. Again, it was like, are you fielding calls about Brandon Aiyuk? And I think you would expect him to be, no, we just signed him. That's ridiculous. He's one of us. He just went into, well, yeah, you always get calls on players like that, and you always listen to them. And, the thing about us is we've spent a ton of money the last few years. I mean, since Kyle and John have been here, since they've spent the second most cash of any team in the NFL. That's what he said. Then he said that the team is the oldest team in the league. I don't even know if that's true. Then he said that they need to get younger and more cost effective, and then they're in the process of doing that right now. That sounds like not only are they listening to calls about trading Brandon Aiyuk, it sounds like they want to trade Brandon Aiyuk. Like they deeply regret giving him all that money and that contract, and they don't want to give him any more. And they need to start cutting corners financially because they spent so much, and they're going to start there, which is fascinating. And you know what? I think it's a great idea. A better idea would have been to trade Brandon Aiyuk last year, and that's what the organization wanted to do, but it's not what Kyle Shanahan wanted to do. He insisted that the 49ers trade for Brandon Aiyuk. Sign Brandon Aiyuk. So they got him, and now it looks like they're going to trade him. That's pretty interesting. Go back and listen to the interview yourself. Yeah, my voice got a little bit quiet right there. I didn't know who that was. Why are you coming up to me like that? I don't know. Head on a swivel, man. These streets in Indianapolis are scary. So look, Aiyuk could be out. Deebo's out. You're going to have 2 new starting wide receivers next year, and I love it. You don't need to be spending all this money on wide receivers when you have freaking George Kittle, Jawan Jennings, and Ricky Pearsall. The Brandon Aiyuk era seems to be coming to a close. And once they get some good news about his knee, I think they'll give that to the rest of the league, and they'll probably trade him. I don't think they really care what they just want to get that contract off the books. They can get someone to do 85% of what post-knee injury Brandon Aiyuk can do for a 30th of the price. So go back and listen.